Okay, I think we're live,
Let me just check.
but I don't know if people can hear us or not. We'll have to wait until someone joins the chat. I mean, it says we're live, but I'm not sure how the audio is.
Yeah, we are live.
Just turn on the audio for a sec.
Well, yeah.
All right, okay,
Yeah.
we've got audio. So yeah, good. Now that the technical
The technical
issues
difficulties have been resolved. Now we just need someone to turn up.
Well, yeah, well, we're meant to be entertaining anyway, even if you're entertaining to no one.
To no one.
Yeah, we still should be an entertainer.
Well, you're the born entertainer, stand-up comedian, highly successful YouTube channel.
Wow.
Get stopped in the street. In fact, only when we were walking from the train station.
Yeah.
Are you that
I can't.
Are you that lawn expert guy, Andrew? But
Well, no,
oh no.
No one in Spain. Spain don't care about the world's most famous pedos. They just stop me. Sometimes, you know, it can take me 2 hours to get to work because people are just like, oh, there he is.
There he is.
There he is. Right, hello. A few people have joined the stream, and we don't really have a main topic today, but we'll discuss a few things. Andy is live in Spain with me. He's been allowed out of the country on special release. So
yeah, that's due to expire at any minute. So
once Interpol get wind of this, they will not be happy.
Yeah. So anybody in the chat, say hello, because we're flogging a dead horse at the minute.
We haven't even started. Hey Terry. Hey Polly. So yeah, guys, what would you like to hear? Hey Mark, what would you like to hear our insight and thoughts on this evening?
Well, I'd like to talk about a very recent topic, and Darth Khan's in the house. And hello.
Hey Darth Khan and Neon.
Like people that subscribe to my channel, which is virtually everybody on here, because the only reason people are here is because of me. Let's be honest. Isn't that right?
Well, no.
No?
No, I mean, most of the people that are on your channel are always like, when's Adam coming back?
That's not
They're like,
true.
your best video, he brings such an intelligence and...
No, they said, when is Adam back? Because we might resub. That was the point.
We'll resub to your channel when you get Adam back on, because his voice makes us moist.
Yeah.
Darth Khan has suggested we do the games chat part 2, which we really should, because actually the first one we talked so much about so many retro games. And,
we'll see where the conversation takes us. Bit of gaming, bit of controversy, bit of TCAT, bit of...
Well, we were just watching... I just showed Andy Inside the Constabulary, which you guys should, if you have time, check it out. It's... people have modded GTA and made like a proper British-style cop documentary on GTA. It's very well done and it's very good. And in fact, if we had ever got to the end of our games chat, I was going to talk about why GTA for me is maybe not my favourite game of all time, but the best game ever made. Just due to the amount of new content and...
Andy, can I draw you? Mentioning that no one has ever drawn you. Fan art.
It was me that mentioned no one had ever drawn me, but they want to draw you. See, your misplaced ego has been correct for one time.
I know. If only our old friends.
Yeah, it was me that was. I was complaining. I've never ever had any fan art of any kind, and I really one day it would just make me like well proud if someone drew me and said.
Well,
thanks, Skeleton.
I get people stopping me in the street all the time.
Yeah, saying, I've never seen anyone as weird looking as you. Can I have a photo?
Yeah. But I would like to... This is like... Dawn and jamming as well. Yeah. What about like... my recent video about SJWs.
Well, I haven't watched that, so I can't really... I don't know what the gist of it was. Give me the gist of it, and then I need to watch it.
I'll miss out the Star Wars bit, but the point was, SJWs within the last year seem to be popping up out of nowhere. Don't they?
Yeah, but people just want something to complain about. Everyone will object to everything these days. You know, even when we were titling this stream, I was like, I wonder how long we'll be allowed to keep it up when we call it the Gays Strike Back, because someone might think this is a rant against gays, but actually this is calling it this show's our.
The gay strike back would imply that the gays are fighting back. So if we're having to go at well, no, I get you.
Well,
yeah.
I'm not having a go at gay people. Cuts down.
You were only saying on the walk back from the station that you want all gay people to die horribly.
I said,
of course, that's a joke. If any YouTube
algorithms are listening. I said I wanted all right-handed people to die.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I misunderstood. I often confuse right with gay.
Yeah. Well, gays are right.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah,
I should have said MK3 because Mark's got confused. Mark has never seen himself between gays before. Well. Oh.
Excuse me. But yes, my point was in my latest video, which was brilliant, that we seem to be overrun with them at the minute. They seem to be everywhere, or is it just that like they found a platform and they found a niche? What the fuck's going on? It's like, who are these people?
Wait, let's just clarify. We're talking about the SJWs, not the gays.
No, I was talking about the gays.
Oh, right.
No, I was talking about...
Yeah, no. Well, it depends how you define SJWs, though, because someone might be an SJW on a certain subject. In fact, when someone said to me that I had a very SJW vibe, I think because on my main channel I stand up for righteousness and protect the people.
Yeah, so they might sort of perceive you as being a bit of a self-righteous arsehole.
Well, I'm that, but I wouldn't say I'm an SJW. I love offensive comedy. It depends.
An unintelligent, naive person, or one of the two, or both, would link the two together.
Yeah.
Straight away. Do you get what I'm saying?
But it's also it's easy to classify the easily offended as SJWs, and I think it basically is a term that more or less these days just means easily offended. If someone's easily offended, they're an SJW. But I can understand people getting upset at certain things.
But do you not think it's just a group of people that...
Some people wake up in the morning and look for a reason to get upset. I had a guy have a go at me in the comment section on one of my videos on my scam betting channel who said, I referred to construction workers as a menial job. And he was like, how dare you rather than focus on the fact that I just wasted an hour of a criminal's time, he was like, how dare you, because I suggested the scammer get a job as a construction worker. And what I meant by menial, I didn't mean any offence to it, it's a very well-paid job, but it's a skill you learn on the job. You don't come out of school and go, right, I feel ready for construction. It's a job you have to do. It's not like to be a psychologist where you need to go to uni.
You're right, but that person is probably someone who does that work, and someone to say that without... You see, if you feel a bit insecure about the job, let's say you do like manual labour or whatever, which is fucking hell I've done for
I've done manual labour and I loved it. It was one of my favourite jobs ever, but you know why I loved it? It was mindless and I didn't have to speak to anyone else.
Exactly. But if someone's feeling insecure about that, let's just say that they're still doing that job and they wanted to do something else, then clearly they get a bit like offended at what you said and perceive it the wrong way. So it doesn't necessarily mean they're an arsehole, it just fucking means that they're kind of not mastering their own perceptions. And
but life. I mean, if you look at the word menial, it means an unskilled. It's a skill you learn on the job, though, isn't it? It's somewhat you turn up at a job site and you get taught.
Yeah, but you don't need fucking 2 years of university to do it, basically. So yeah, you're right.
You could say being like a hospital porter, it's a very important job, but it's a menial job.
Yeah. Even if you carried like gold to the king.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, a postman.
Yeah.
But yet he's working for Her Majesty.
Yeah, but it's like you're not going to send like the thing that will change the earth by first class mail.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. if someone referred to my job as menial, I wouldn't take offence to it.
What, like
I don't,
being a rent boy is menial?
right, well, takes skill to make the money I do.
That's not what I heard. You keep getting fucking refund requests.
Refunds.
You keep getting fucking declined transactions on your card. Like, what the fuck? Why is this not working?
It's because they keep trying to swipe it down my arse.
Swipe left, 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 left.
Anyway, let's move on. So you mentioned some controversy as well.
Did I?
I don't know. I think you were talking a big game.
Oh no, I was just trying to beef it up a bit. No, I did the video. I released. It sounds like
Yeah.
It sounds like I'm some kind of fucking entertainer releasing fucking
Yeah.
music and shit.
Not an
Yeah,
entertainer.
shut the fuck up. Says you. Fuck me. We were talking about your bizarre fucking subscriber ratio.
Yeah, well, still.
Listen, right, let's be honest. The only people that are here to listen to me. They're not bothered about you or your channel.
I'm going to check the thumbs down count, because I reckon it's going to be higher than ever, because it's just Andy being an absolute wanker. I mean, having an ego is funny for a while, Andy.
I'd say it's funny
But
for
you
quite a while.
need to actually put some filler into the show, and that's why, you know, it's just like with GTA. I have to teach everyone how to do everything properly.
I still suggest you cheat on that fucking game, you know.
I don't cheat on that. Mark actually beats me at racing now on a regular basis. But that's because he mods the game. He's a modder. He's put special engines in his cars.
Well, to be fair, nobody could beat you in a race and actually being genuine.
Exactly. I am the one and only.
Chesney Hawks?
Yes. I am the one and only.
I'm so glad we got to hear you. Speaking of which, fucking Adam's slagging off my singing.
Well, it was bad. It was well, I don't think Andy realised he was on my Twitch stream, like when he puts his TV on at 100.
Oh, that's a fucking point.
And then he started singing terribly. What?
I recorded myself doing like a 2-hour video on my computer the other day and didn't realise, like, when you start OBS Studio, it just fucking records itself. Or it must be because I've got hotkeys, and when I'm fucking writing 12 and 13-year-old girls, oh shit.
Yeah.
They all it presses the air button, which is record.
Well.
So I was like, there was like a 2.5-hour video of me fucking just making cheese on toast, then having a rant about FIFA.
See, if we're drunk enough, we're limited for beers. I think Andy and I should have a sing-off to finish the night, and then you guys in the chat can vote who's better, because he's paying a lady to compliment him.
No, I'm an amateur musician. I get paid for performing.
Yes, and I'm
Right.
and I'm a professional man.
In what sense?
All senses.
In
Don't
what
think
field?
about it.
In what
In all
field?
the fields.
Which?
Strawberry.
And what do you do in the strawberry field?
I sing songs and I make jokes, and all the
And
people
if
come.
you're professional, who pays you?
Just God.
And what does God pay you with?
Rainbows.
Right, and does rainbows count for currencies anywhere in the world?
Yes.
Where?
Quickville.
Where's Quickville?
In Chris Chan's mind.
And is Chris Chan's mind real?
Yes.
And
How yes, Chris Chan's mind exists.
So to anybody else? So are you able to spend this currency?
Yes.
And what?
Avatars.
Avatars of what?
Sonichu.
Right, okay. What do you do with those Sonic 2 avatars that
Shove them
don't,
up my
that
arse.
don't exist? So that's what you constitute as being a professional. You have Sonic 2 characters of Christian's mind that you shove up your ass, and
Yes.
that makes you a professional.
That
Right,
makes
well,
me-
I apologise for even questioning you.
exactly.
I
The
apologise.
thing is, what Andy doesn't realise, Andy's like, oh, I've had some lessons and a man sucked me off.
It was a Greek woman
a
that's
Greek
been teaching
man.
me to sing.
A Greek.
I already know how to sing
It was a Greek
to make me even better.
It was you went and got your what's that Greek meat thing? Gyros. He was like, and then he was like, oh, you're such a good singer. Andy."
That didn't happen. She's a fucking Greek. I reckon she
She's
fancies me.
why did you just shout? She's a fucking Greek. Let's not. There's nothing wrong with Greek people.
You were telling me you wanted to kill all Greek people. on the way
I
down.
want to kill everyone. Like,
To be fair, the reason I wanted to mention she's Greek is because it sounds I'm being genuine. Like, I wouldn't make that up, would I? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she is. No, she. Well, she is.
name one famous Greek singer.
I can't fuck it. What's that got to do with anything?
Well, exactly. She's a scam artist.
Oh, yeah. She subscribes to your channel. Listen, she told me if I only pay her another $100, I can make it as a professional.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't see what's wrong with that. She's telling me the truth.
Wow,
And my mum says the same thing as well. My mum says, Andrew, you can sing. If you wanted to make it big, you could do it.
I wish my mum showed me that kind of support, even when she knew that.
Well, to be fair,
life was
your
hopeless.
mum is just happy you're not destitute and on the streets.
To be honest, yes. Yes, she is.
So,
That's what. Well, that's
your
what,
mum sleeps soundly.
Well, no, she doesn't.
Well, she does, trust me.
Look, my dad's bigger than you.
Well, we'll see about that.
And he's got a mustache.
Well, I can see sort that out.
What, you're going to shave his mustache
No, I
off?
could grow an even bigger one.
Well, I once had a mustache. and
You still got one.
I've got beard.
It's the same thing. If you shave the rest of the beard off, you would have a
I
mustache.
suppose technically, yes. If we
Your
go-
hair's got greyer as well.
Yeah.
Like, proper. You look like Lee off Tekken. Do you remember Tekken?
Ah, yeah, I'll take that.
You like take that?
Yeah, I'd love to take that. Actually, there was no.
Never
Shh,
forget.
not so loud, and not so high pitched.
What? I wasn't singing high pitch. That's the way Howard Donald.
That's how this Greek woman told you. That's how
That's
Stavros tells you how to do it. Stavros like, hi, Shaman, yeah, great singer.
I don't know if fucking my non-existent Greek music teachers got brought into this called Stavros. That's not the way she told it.
Just because he's got long hair doesn't make him a woman.
I reckon she's got a bit of a thing for me, my Greek
Stavros,
school. Hang on, school. Where does
Schoolgirl.
school come from?
your Greek schoolgirl.
Is there anything better in this world?
That is very Freudian.
What is?
What you just did. It's got a Freudian slip.
Is this about Andy's dating?
Yeah.
It fucking is.
Andy is dating Greek schoolgirls who are actually men who work in a kebab
So
shop.
they're not schoolgirls then, are they?
No, and they're not schoolboys either. They've been out of school a long time.
Shall I get us our next beers because I'm running low?
Yeah, but do you remember where the kitchen is? Don't go running in my housemate's bedroom again.
But
Trying
that
to
was
suck him off.
well. That's why he's been quiet for a while. You put them in the fridge, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Yeah, so just me and you for a moment. Did Andy school them good? Yeah, sorry, I apologise for Andy's ego. It does take up quite a lot of the room. He hates him, Mark. Says he's the biggest cunt he's ever met.
You're talking about me talking about you.
No. Mark asked what my housemate thought of you.
He's well, I can't really complain if I went marching into his bedroom and he was virtually naked.
Anyway, we were talking about my mustache, and I had a mustache for a while, like without
Oh,
a beard.
right. Just to interrupt, this is so Adam can get on his fucking high horse and bore everybody
I'm
with
always
his
on my high
stories
horse.
about mustaches and how what happened were, right? He
No, I had a mustache.
vanished his mustache.
It's a very
in
short story,
in a
and you're ruining
a bar full of women who were nuns, and then suddenly they all whipped off their knickers and started fucking him. That's what he's going to say.
Andy's just jealous because when he was offered a threesome, he bottled it. But anyway.
Oh, you had to bring that into it, didn't you? You fucking bastard.
Anyway.
Whoa, low.
Enough of the Eric Bantana. I had a mustache for a little while, and and I had to shave it off because when I looked in the mirror, it was like looking at my dad. I had the exact same mustache, and it was fucking freaky.
Right, so why did you continue with the facial hair then?
Oh, that's just laziness.
Oh, right, that would make sense.
Yeah.
I've often wondered why you don't, like, cut your hair.
I am going to get my hair cut. I haven't let it get very long, but I'm
How long do you cut it every 10 years?
No, I normally get it done about once every 3 months, but I haven't had it done since Christmas.
But it looks even longer than the last time I was here.
When was the last time you were here? It was after
3
Christmas.
months after Christmas.
So yeah, I haven't had a haircut since Christmas, so that's why it's got very long.
And how do you explain the extensive greying?
Well, that's just sun bleaching.
Yeah, but you spend all your time playing GTA. You can't get sun bleaching playing GTA.
Yeah, but I sit by the window.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I
Liar.
do.
You don't get the sun.
I've got a picture to prove it.
Where is it?
I've got a picture. Look, I'll show you. I'll have to get my Twitter up. Right, hold on. Sorry for the silence, guys. I'm going to show Andy the picture I tweeted, and you'll see. Huh? I just want my profile. What's this? There you go. See? Tell me I'm not getting sunshine there.
The sun's not coming through the window.
It is.
No, it isn't.
It is.
You can see the fucking daylight, but there's no sun. You're not.
What's this?
What's what? The window?
It's open.
And?
The sun is coming in.
Right. Which direction is the sun facing there?
Me.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is. Look, you can see it's setting just over here.
Right, and where's the shadow being cast? The shadow is the whole room.
Well, you can't see me. I'm not in the photo.
Yeah, you're taking it.
Yeah.
Right, that doesn't prove your point, does it?
That's point proven. End of discussion. End of discussion. Point proven.
Yeah, whatever. So, are you going to tell us really why you've got grey hair?
Oh, my hair's gone grey since I was like 23, 24.
I don't have grey hair.
You don't have any hair?
Yeah, but my original point still applies. I don't have grey hair.
Yeah, but I'd rather have grey hair than no hair. Someone, I'll find it to prove it to you. You would have loved it. Someone commented on one of my videos.
And
You look like a cross between Ryan Gosling and George Clooney.
Fuck off.
That's what they said. I'll find the comment and show you.
The first name didn't begin with E, did it? But
not that I'm aware of.
well, I've heard worse things about me.
No, they didn't say about you. They said that about me. They said Andy's a bald cunt afterwards.
Oh,
they just Andy's a bald cunt. Well, you should just spam Andy's channel, guys. Right, just go on there and just right, get some hair, cunt.
Get some hair, cunt. Well, if anybody wants to offer me a hair transplant, I quite easily take it.
Would you really have a hair? You can't go from bald to having a hair transplant.
No, ironically, right. Before I did go bald, I shaved my hair to a number 0 anyway. So I was like I am now, but obviously there's like the stubble on the head. It makes it. I'd like to have that. So if I did have hair, I'd just shave it off anyway. So it's not like I get fucking depressed about it because it suits me. But I would like to.
I had a mate shaved his hair off, and then it just never grew back.
That's pretty much what happened.
Yeah.
But I knew it was going that way. So what does not piss me off, but the people that you see that fight it, like, so for instance, you've got somebody like, trying to think of someone, like, Jason Statham's got, like, he's gone bald, and he just shaves it off.
But he's always been bald. There's never been a film he's had hair in. His first film was Lock, Stock, and he had no hair.
No, but my point is, like, for Bruce Willis, he's a good example. So,
Yeah,
There's a couple of films where he has it at the side that's not shaved off, so it looks like he's trying to fight the fact that he's going bald, and that's the worst thing that you can do. That you've got to own it.
Yeah.
And it's like, do you know what? I've never had a bird ever like. Well, not that a girl would come up to me and say, "I don't like you because you're bald," but I don't think it's an issue. Like, I really, obviously, some girls like guys with hair.
I wouldn't overthink it. I don't.
No, but what I mean is, I don't think that I had a bit of a complex for a couple of years, but like I started to realise no one really cares. Like, if a girl likes you and you're as beautiful as what I am in the face, it doesn't really matter. And you work out as much as I do, and you've got a magnificent personality like I have. You know, and you know, equipped in all the right places.
No wonder you're so successful with the ladies.
It's like, what is it? Ricky Gervais in Extras. He's like, you lost your virginity when you were 27 to a girl called who looks like Ronnie Corbett.
Yeah.
No, but like, if I was like rich, I probably would have it done. But I wouldn't do it if everybody that I knew had seen it, because I
think once you've gone bald and everyone knows you're bald, if you've got a hair, it'd just be freaky. If I looked at you with hair, I'd be like, what the fuck?
But I'm lucky because it does kind of suit me.
Buy a wig and see what it looks like. Just for a laugh. See if you get treated differently, right? Where I grew up, in fact, the guy, I rented a room from him for a while in the town where I grew up, and what they did, it was for like some program. It was like to see if people treated you differently. So they got like really expensive prosthetics, you know, like Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder, and they blacked him up like properly, and they sent him to shops in the town Tame where I went to school, and to see if he was treated differently to when he was like a normal white. Normal. That's a bad phrasing.
You bastard.
I didn't mean it like, but like when he was not his normal self, when he was of another race, was he treated differently? And they made this like documentary show, and he said like, yeah, some people he did like feel like I mean he did it in Tame, which is a very literally it's called Tame, Thame, but the place itself is very tame as well, and so. He said like people maybe, I don't think they weren't like not as polite or anything, but he kind of felt that they maybe even tried to be extra nice to him and stuff like that, because I suppose in Tame...
No, but what does that prove though? Because people will always react on the first thing that they notice, which is on your peer. Do you get what I mean?
Well, yeah. I mean, I would love to do that for a day and just see how it feels like to be a part
No,
of it.
but what you're saying about me, like, pretending that I've got hair again. Like, let's just say I walked into work with a wig on. It'd just be... I'd have to resign. Do you know what I mean? It's just not going to fucking work. It's like, no. I probably wouldn't. Even. But Rooney had it done when he was, like, going bald. So
but he advertised it as well, though, didn't he? Everyone
Nobody had to do it, though, didn't it? It was like a bit of a marketing... Not marketing, but it was a bit of a publicity thing. He put a tweet out and said, I'm going bald at 24. Why not get it done? And everybody was like, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, but if he hadn't done that, there'd have been loads of speculation and he'd got fucking minded about it, but no one cares anymore. But of course, the thing is, in my sort of field of expertise, both professionally and socially at home, I sometimes get abuse, and the first insult they throw at me is "you bald cunt" or "you bald bastard."
Yeah, but it's easy to just shout at someone based on what you can see.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's the thing that immediately comes to mind when you see somebody like me who wasn't got hair. It's like "you bald fuck."
You're getting a lot of love for Andreas Bolito here, which I couldn't listen to.
Yeah, you fucker. My best videos you never bother with. That was an improv video.
It was a good idea. No, I enjoyed the fact you were doing character. No, do you know what it was about that video? That it was the fact that you would hear your accent slipping through quite often, and it was like this weird Woody Allen American accent mixed with like this northern coal miner, and also there was a lot of the American like you used a lot of British phrases. It was.
So, are you criticising my comedy endeavours?
Well, no, I appreciate it, but you learn as you go along. It's like me with saying H. I can't say H the American way. and people always comment it in the videos when I do the redneck accent, and I go like, and I say H, and people are like, that's not how we say it, and I don't know how they say it in America, but for me, I cannot pronounce the letter H any other way but saying H. How do you say H?
H.
There you go, same as me.
Right.
So that's the correct way, but Americans say H differently. I always get criticised for that.
Criticised from who?
Just people.
American people.
Yeah.
You said you wanted to kill them on the way.
I said I wanted to kill everyone. Once I get that chamber finished. H. But it's H. You don't... H. Is that how the Americans say it? We did just say it the American way, apparently. H.
Anyway, getting back to my performance as Andreas Belito.
Do you know, I like Andy the Incel was a better character than Andreas Belito.
But the thing is, it's all about the voice for you, isn't it? Because with Andy the Incel, it was me. It was a bit like an extra's, a twisted version of me.
Yeah. But that's what I like.
There was me coming out in that because it's the way I speak.
Yeah.
And a lot of the way I think as well.
But making that video, I had a lot of fun as well. I remember I was just you thought I was getting annoyed or something.
I thought when we were making it and you kept pausing, I thought he's not liking the way this is going and thinks it's shit or something because we didn't do any. You wrote the questions out, but it was all improv, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We just went with it and it just worked really well.
You started raging and I couldn't stop laughing, so I had to pause because it was going to ruin them. If I just started laughing, it ruins the effect of the video. It had to sound serious.
There was some good bits in there, like when you said, do you not think that you should go inward and think about, yourself rather than just went, no. It's like long pause, but the comedy moment was just the pause where you didn't do anything. This is like the director's commentary, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you should do another Andreas Belito video. You should. Which lawn video did you do in the first one of those?
I only did one. I can't. Do you know what? I'm not just saying this. I don't know. It was one of his cooking videos. I think it might have been was there a vegan spaghetti?
Yes. No, I don't know. There was Porkless Bites is the only cooking ones I remember.
I think it was one of the vegan spaghetti show.
Yeah.
I think it was that one. And I just kind of like obviously pretended I was the guy the producer or something, and it was apart from it pisses me off that you didn't listen to it. Because I know the accent weren't great.
But it was too weird because I speak to you so often. For me, I was like, oh, this is just odd. This is just this is like something out of the League of Gentlemen, which I love though. That's complimentary. But just
Andreas was like every American I know. Long reality show, vegan spaghetti show. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But do you know what the sad thing was when my channel got deleted? That one went and I didn't have a backup on my computer. Some of the other ones I did. So it's like.
Well, you just do it again and do it properly this time, and I'll listen.
Cheeky bastard. Fucking hell. He always says like, I fucking appreciate like people who do comedy and people who do this. And I did that, and it was pretty hard working. You not even bother listening to it. You fucking wanker. You fucking wanker.
I think, but for some people, comedy just comes naturally.
Like me.
And,
improv. But let's see, your most viewed video on this channel has got me as a star.
I think you might be incorrect.
I bet I'm in it, though.
No? No, I don't think you are. I think my most viewed video on this is the first ever lawn chat log. Hold on.
I was in.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, I was.
No, you weren't. I'll fucking play it.
And you wouldn't have made that if it weren't for me, so fuck off.
Well, I might have done.
No, you fucking
I was into lawn before I came across your videos. Weren't. I wouldn't have come across your videos. Yeah, part 1, Lawn and Kayla. Part 2, fact, once you came on board, the view count dropped drastically.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Right. I'd already made videos with you at episode 1. In fact,
We
were making
This is not you. You are not in this.
We were making videos on my channel.
Yeah.
Right. And then people went over
to
your channel.
Are you now going to try and take credit for that?
Fucking right. Listen.
Cheeky fucker. Right, basically.
If I dropped out of this now and said I'm going bad, everybody would leave. There'd be no one left. There'd just be you, and that'd be it.
Right. You stop talking for 10 minutes. Watch the view count go up.
I'm watching.
Right, guys. So now we're going to have a brilliant time. Straight away, one more person has entered the room now that Andy has decided to allow some silence, please, for the magical, intelligent stylings of the one and only me.
He just realised then he doesn't want to throw out his surname.
And
Brent it is. Adam Brent.
And I am here. And what? I'm lost, Polly.
The worst one was your American friend.
Are you talking about me or Andy now?
You sure you like Steve Coogan? No, they're talking about you.
But I love Steve Coogan.
You.
Even if that means it's not a good one. Oh, was that? Oh, that was with my friend Agrippa Maxentius. Yeah, but yeah. Sorry, Polly. The chat log. Sorry, I'm a little bit drunk. All right, Terry. Take care.
Bye, Terry.
If I sounded like Steve Coogan, though, I'm happy with that because I love Steve Coogan.
Do you remember that guy who started having a go at you in my channel and started saying, "You just fucking recite Ricky Gervais's fucking." Do you remember that?
Well, I think
Because don't forget, we made.
I've quoted a lot of Gervais jokes though, but I don't mean it in a bad way. He's just my favourite comedian of all time. He's funny. Sometimes a bit of him slips inside me.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes I channel Gervais and I don't even realise it at times.
In other words, you haven't got your own comedy style. You nick it off Ricky Gervais.
No, my comedy style is a culmination of comedians I've grown up loving, such as Chris Morris, Ricky Gervais, Steve Coogan, Sacha Baron Cohen,
Andrew Burkitt,
and other people.
Andreas Belito.
And so yeah, of course, some of that style of comedy, because that's the comedy I grew up loving. Like for me, the generation before us had Peter Cook and Dudley Moore, and then for me I had Ricky Gervais. Just made it for me. The Office is just the perfect comedy.
Yeah, we're gonna go down that route now, but I totally like.
Yeah, I mean, there's just not been anything else that's made me laugh as much and cringe as much.
I would say it's probably like, we could probably talk about this for hours.
We have this. We shouldn't get onto this subject because we always end up just sitting praising.
But very briefly, though, I think we can both agree because the thing is, we have a lot in common on them, but we also have quite a lot of different views on a lot of things as well. But one thing we do agree on is that The Office is probably the greatest comedy ever made. I'd say that and Phoenix Nights for different reasons. I don't think you can say one's better than the other because they're a bit different. But
I would say no. I loved Phoenix Nights, but The Office made me laugh out loud more often. It was just more entertaining.
It's more real.
Overall, yeah.
It's the little things, you know what I mean? Well, I think
it's like a study of life made into comedy. That was the thing when I first watched that first episode. I was like, I've worked in this office.
It's the little things like that bit where Garrett, we were going to start rattling on about it, when Garrett's fucking banging the pencil sharpener onto the table, and he's going like,
yeah,
and he just does it for ages, and Gareth's like, Tim's going, what are you doing? Yeah. What are you doing? And he's like, Gareth just doesn't get it. But something as simple as knocking something on a fucking
those two. I mean, Martin Freeman now has had a fantastic career.
He's I would say he's more successful than Ricky Gervais now. You know. No, you think about it. He consistently gets cast in AAA movies.
Well, do you know, I haven't seen it yet, and I just saw he's in Black Panther, and I was like, shit, now I
No,
need
he's
to
in
watch
all
that.
the Marvel films. He's one of the well, not a superhero, but he's one of the main characters.
Oh, right.
And he's been casting. I've watched Black Panther and the last Avengers movies, and I'm not into them that. But anyway, and he's in them. And there's a Netflix only movie that's just come out called is it fucking Cargo? Anyway, the point is, I reckon he's probably like a bigger face, a bigger character than Gervais now. Gervais wouldn't consistently get cast in AAA movies because he's not that good an actor.
No, Gervais is not a good actor. I've enjoyed. Have you watched Gervais's like latest films, like is it Reporters or Journalists or something?
No, I don't like his movies that much.
I found it enjoyable. It was silly.
They're not. The thing is, a bit of criticism for him here. He doesn't. I don't think he knew where his skill level was. It was a bit of a fluke. The Office. I don't mean
no,
that
as a writer, he's fantastic though. Extras was great, and I mean, he did what you would do as an everyman who wrote what turned out to be one of the greatest comedies ever written. He then went, well, I'm going to use this power to meet all the stars I want to and write funny lines for them.
But when it got to the end of what was the last sitcom he did?
Derek.
Oh no, sorry, I apologise. Brent, the movie.
Yeah.
The last scene in that, or sort of the last act, was him portraying all the characters that he'd done. At one point he was Brent, then he was Andy Millman, then he turned into fucking Derek, and then he went back to the beginning.
What do you mean? What, in Life on the Road? No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did, because if you think about it, he's Brent because he's this bumbling office guy. Then he turns into Andy Millman, who's someone who's desperately trying to be famous, and then at the end, when people start feeling sorry for him, it's because you kind of realise he's a bit special. So then he's turned into Derek. He's all three characters in the end of that movie. It's true. Think about it logically, because this isn't to demean it. This is an observation, because it's true. If you think about it, he did Extras because of the fame thing, and it was a lot of how he dealt with the fame thing. So that's why he wrote it. So you've got Brent, which is there's a bit of Gervais and Brent. Then he moves on to Andy Millman, which is him going through the fame thing, and then it's Derek, who's like.
I can see your point, but I don't think I think Derek and I mean Andy Millman and Gervais, even in the two series, The Office and Extras, were both very similar characters. Millman had a bit more self-awareness. But he was still.
But Millman's Gervais though.
Yeah, well, they're all Gervais.
No. But that's not what I mean. What I mean is Andy Millman is Ricky Gervais, as in
what the closest.
That's
incarnation
him.
Of his.
Yeah, because he says in the series, "I'm an atheist. I totally believe there is no God," and that's Gervais's exact belief.
But I think Extras itself, like, it was written as being a parody of the battles he faced
of
having to work with the BBC and being told, like, in the second series, when he gets his series made, is what happened. Because what was he? He was a 37-year-old, 38-year-old bank worker.
Yeah.
When the BBC picked up the Office script. And I think Extras was like saying, look, it was like he was writing into it, look how difficult the BBC tried to make me to make what I want. And that's why he ended up on BBC Two. And I think The Office itself, it would have been in production before even BBC Three was a thing. But they sort of reference BBC Three as being the place where they see the comedy and stuff because it's silly and stupid. But yeah, and then they turn it into this catchphrase comedy. But of course, they didn't actually do that. But you think when you're watching Extras, you're like, I bet he had to battle like Andy tries to do in that himself when he was showing the Office script, and people are going, okay, this is good, but you know, we want people doing this and that, and he's going, well, no, I want this as my completely creative control. So yeah, Andy Millman therefore logically would be the most similar to Gervais out of the characters he's portrayed. Derek was an odd one because I don't know if he was just trying to be controversial.
No, I don't think that was it. I think he just picked up on things he picked up on in life and realised that somebody like Derek, who's a little bit like a Forrest Gump type character, you know, a bit unaware, they're the more endearing characters and the more lovable because they don't judge people, and it's just a facet of life that he's found. And I love Derek. I think it was brilliant. I love all of his.
I really enjoyed the first series, and then the second series. It just got too melancholy for me. I felt that there were certain episodes, and it was like, okay, Ricky, yeah, the end of The Office was beautiful and melancholy. The end of Extras was beautiful and melancholy. Now you're trying to do it in every episode of this series. It's too much. Like, I don't need to see 15 minutes of Kerry Godliman crying. I get the point after 2 minutes.
But that's what I mean about him, his failings as a writer. I hate even saying that because you shouldn't really demean someone else unless you can do better. I'm not demeaning him.
Well, no, you can never demean. I don't think Ricky Gervais is going to be sitting there worried, going that there's two guys on a podcast with.
No, I don't mean it like that. Is what I mean is you let your ego get carried away with you sometimes, and you ever go at somebody else's work and you go, "That's shit," but you haven't got right to say it's shit because you can't do better.
Did you ever watch the series he did for Channel 4 where he went and interviewed all his favourite comedians?
No.
Oh, it's brilliant.
But like he's done like some films and some of them are not that good, and you know
some
the
of the
thing
films
is with The Office. Sorry to interrupt, but you know you do talk shit, so I need to sometimes. There isn't one episode. The Office is so great. There isn't one episode that's much better than another. Every one is a piece of just a brilliant piece of art. It's kind of remarkable, really. Like you very rarely get that in comedy shows.
Yeah.
But like every single episode within itself is just some of the most fantastic things ever put on screen.
Oh yeah.
And it's
The Office is one show I'll just come back and rewatch over and over again. And I don't think I ever get bored of it. It's always funny. And there's always like quotes from it. But yeah, I think like if you watch Gervais when he goes and sees his favourite comedians, he meets Larry David. I don't think you've ever watched Curb Your Enthusiasm, have you? But
I watched it last time I was there for a little bit.
Oh yeah. But he meets Larry David and they get on really well. But that's because Larry David seems like a cool guy. And then he meets Larry. Oh, who is it he meets? I don't know if anyone in the chat has seen the series I'm talking about. There's only 3 episodes, but the guy's really off with Gervais. And it's quite unsettling because Gervais is trying to be like quite humble towards him, and this is after Extras has gone. Sorry, The Office has gone global and everything. But the guy that he's trying to interview and sit down with, he's done 2 of them already. One with Larry David and one with another guy, and then he meets this third guy, another American comedy writer, and the guy just like does everything to make him feel as awkward as possible, and it's really weird. And afterwards, like someone interviewed, I'm trying to remember. Right, I'm gonna. Oh, El Santo. Well, we need a new troll to go after Lawn. We've been discussing the liquid lawn thing for a while, but it's effort, and I don't. Kind of bored of Lawn content.
Well, unfortunately, I think they need
Gary Shandling. Gary Shandling, I think it is who he meets. Yes. He meets Gary Shandling, Gervais does, and he makes it really awkward for him. And he's like Gary Shandling goes off and makes a coffee just for himself and sits and drinks it. And Gervais is like, oh, are you going to offer me one?
And this is all genuine.
Yeah.
Weird,
it's like... But Gary Shandling came out afterwards and said, well, I was just trying to give him a taste of his own medicine because he does cringe comedy, so...
But, like, you're going to get that, though, aren't you? Because he's a British guy and he did the... Did he host the Oscars?
Golden Globes.
So he's made it, like, usually over there. I mean, I can't even believe I'm saying this, but of course he wrote an episode of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
So he's used, so maybe Martin Freeman comments weren't that accurate, but I think you get what I mean though. Martin Freeman's become that big.
And
Gervais has gone a bit
Hollywood actor.
Yeah, but now Gervais has gone in the, you know, his stuff's dried up a little bit. He can't make another sitcom series because he did The Office. The Extras wasn't as good, but was still brilliant. Life's Too Short went down the hill even further.
I loved Life's Too Short.
Yeah, but he cancelled it after one series and they did a special.
The special was fantastic.
It wasn't. We watched it together, but the point is, it wasn't as popular. And you know, it's difficult because obviously.
Well, I don't think he cast it after. I mean, Gervais tends to only write 1 or 2 series maximum of everything he does.
Yeah, no, but the point is, Life's Too Short would have made a second series if it was more popular.
I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed it, but it was. I mean, you could tell, and it's the same with extras. Like, all the funniest lines are written by him, and they're just other characters saying them. Warwick Davis played a dwarf version of Gervais in Life's Too Short.
Well, yeah, I never really thought of it like that.
When you watch like the funniest things the celebrities say in extras, they all sound like lines that would have come out of David Brent's mouth at some time.
It's a bit of a shame that we're not going to get any more Brent because I think there's a lot more potential in the character. I understand why he can't do it because he doesn't want to rehash The Office, and he's always said that if we go back there, we're going to ruin The Office. It's a bit like the Star Wars comparison about. Sorry, I won't mention it anymore. But he's always very worried because he said he'd never do another Office, and that's why he didn't have any other of the Office characters in it because he wanted it to be strictly Brent. And
I thought that was a shame, though, to be honest, because I was really hoping for a few cameos.
I thought Keith might have popped up. I think that would have been the best cameo. I don't think any of the others should have appeared because it would have turned it into The Office rather than Brent. That would have been the problem.
I suppose it's the David Brent movie, though, isn't it? It's not The Office
exactly.
movie.
So I get it, but it's a shame because there's we didn't. It's a funny one because if you think about it, we didn't have a lot of Brent, and sometimes that makes it better. If you had series after series and he got ruined, it not demean. There's that.
But it's the same reason Fawlty Towers is so popular.
Yeah, exactly. So if you look at, I stopped watching The American Office after about season 5 because I started getting a bit bored of it, and I thought I'm not. Listen, the first few series I thought were fantastic, but it got to a point where I was like, the jokes are becoming too predictable, it's becoming a bit tired, and I stopped watching it. And with England, they take the piss out of it in Simpsons and say, tonight we'll be showing all 7 episodes, so they know that our sitcoms are dead short-lived, but in a lot of ways that makes them better. It's like The Office, 2 series, 6 episodes and a Christmas special. And if you'd have done any more than that, it would have made them existing episodes less special. So
yeah, absolutely. But I think the good British comedies, they follow that format. The trouble within America is it's like
on the way down here, Adam said he wanted to kill all Americans.
I said everyone.
Sorry.
No. In America, they have this writer's room format, and things go on forever and ever. Like, Americans have made some great comedies, some really good comedies, but they always fly under the radar. No one watches them, like Arrested Development, Eastbound and Down. And yet the ones that are popular are fucking appalling. Big Bang Theory, How I Met Your Mother. Oh.
My Super Sweet 16.
That's not a comedy.
Oh. Well, it kind of is.
It's a reality show.
It's a bit like the reality version of The Room.
You only watch that to wank over 16-year-old kids, anyway.
I thought they were 14.
Whoa. That's for you. that's for you and your internet service provider to discuss.
Well, I just put the phone down when they call. Anyway, should we talk about how great I am?
No.
Oh.
Let's talk about. People have been asking us to talk about lawn. The trouble is, there's no new lawn developments. I think all of our lawn opinions are out there.
Yeah, I can't really. I can't. Ironically, on my new channel, I don't really talk about lawn anymore because them are the videos that are most likely to get it taken down again. And if it does get, or should I say, when it gets taken down, I'm not doing another one because it's too much hard work. So it's kind of a shame, you know. It's like. It's nice to have that little distraction in your life where you can make the odd half-an-hour video and have a bit of fun. And there's nothing more interesting to talk about than lawn, or the past at least. What's going on at the minute? I just think, you know, come on. Look at all the stuff we've got. Just leave. We're not going to get anything better. Leave the fucker alone. Let him ruin his own life. we don't need to have an hand in it, you know. But there you go. It just fucking never stops, does it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. For me, I think it just got a bit oversaturated anyway, and then it disappeared completely. So it's a bit like, I know lots of people love the old lawn chat, but what more is there to say about it?
Yeah, and you know, I'm sorry, but well, I'm not sorry. I just think that there's a limit to, you know, don't. I just let him get on with his own life.
You can get into the. I mean, the thing is, if people are still trolling him now, I don't know if they are or not, but fine.
So you think it's perfectly acceptable?
I'm not saying no. I'm not saying it's.
So
I don't know the context of it. If it's not being up to YouTube for all of us to enjoy, then how can I form an opinion?
No, but if it was in the same context of what we'd heard before.
Well, but you're asking me a hypothetical question, and
right. Well, answer the fucking
I don't answer hypothetical questions.
Why?
Just a moral standing that I take.
Is it because you're a pussy and you sit on the fence?
No, I'm just saying, why would I care if it doesn't affect me?
No, it's not about like any individual because they're responsible for their own life.
Do you care about lawn?
I care about every single human being on this planet.
Well, there is a boy in the street.
Okay.
He's got no shoes.
Okay. You're making this up because you can't see out the window from where you're sat.
I can see it in my mind.
Right. And
he's got no shoes. Okay. I've seen him. I've walked past him. He's got no shoes.
Go on then, carry on with this bizarre
he's got a little sign.
You want me to go out there and give him a pair of shoes?
No, he says, I've got a brain tumour.
Okay.
And the only way I can fix this tumour is if a bald man sucks me off.
Right, then I'd go and find a bald man.
Well, good answer.
That isn't me.
Well, but he said he can only be the only bald man in Catalonia from Northern Territories.
We can say where I'm from.
I just literally couldn't remember the
If
name.
you want my postcode, guys, you want all these TCAP haters, it's M12 7RJ. Have a bit of that.
But yeah, so you don't care about that kid that enough, do you?
No, I love it, Johnny Utah. You're right. It's all down to, you know, Johnny knows Ramona, whatever her name is fake, and it's really
that's just a man. It's just another Chris Chan. It's a low
from one perspective, he's responsible for his own life. This is what I'm trying to get at, right? If he's stupid enough to believe it, no one should have any sympathy for his situation because he's aware enough to know what's going on and he's that desperate. Fuck it, fuck him. Let him do whatever he wants. What I don't think is right is the people. If you spend your time doing that and subjecting all your time to try and humiliate someone, you've clearly got a lot of issues you need to resolve. So from that point of view, I don't like to say carry on and carry on. There's better things that people can do with their time and that make the world a better place. There's no need to.
Well, from a very self-centered point of view, I would say as well, like, what's the point of having a lolcow if no one else is benefiting from it? Like, if they are still trolling him, or she is still trolling him, and we're not getting to see any of it, what's the point? What's in it?
No, but that goes back to my original point. It's like, why would you? Listen, the odd prank call and that is fine. I don't agree with deliberately interfering with anybody's life on a day-to-day basis and prohibiting that person from growth.
But what about trolling that is trying to make trolling that might start off as a prank call, but you try and make someone see the error of their ways?
But that is what that's why I like the original start of the Ramona thing, is because it was like trying to teach him, saying, don't behave like that, you're a dick. But then it just turned into fucking doing it for the sake of doing it. So there was no, you can't attack anybody. You just can't. In no way in life, attacking for the purposes of survival is just not You can't do it.
I don't know what you mean.
Well, it's an attack, isn't it? You're attacking someone else because you know, why would you're subjecting that person to suffering. The odd prank call, you should never do a prank call because you're kind of humiliating someone, but you can have a bit of fun.
I don't
So
know.
don't take life too seriously, is what I'm saying. You've got to have a sense of humour because if you don't, you're
I
gonna
don't.
go
I think
nuts.
prank calls. It
Well,
depends.
but the point is, if you was
It's-
a totally enlightened being, if Jesus came down now, he wouldn't be fucking prank calling people, would it?
Well, I don't want to be Jesus. I mean,
I know, but
you can have a prank call with someone. You can have a prank call where you phone them up and it's funny. Like, there's a difference between phoning like someone up randomly and just being abusive because you're a terrible person. But you know, you can phone the man at the bowling alley and say, "Have you got £10 balls?" And when he goes,
right,
"Yeah," you go,
yeah,
"How
but
do you
if
walk?"
that person, let's just say that person was having a really bad day, right?
Yeah, okay.
And then you did that, and that pushed him over the edge, and he threw himself off a bridge.
So you're saying, like, when I phone the man at the bowling alley and ask if he has £10 balls, and then he goes, "Yeah," and then I go, "How do you walk?" and he's already having a bad day, so that would make him go, "Shit, do you know what, I should kill myself." Or do you think that'll make him go, "That's pretty funny. That's a little bit of sunshine in my life. I'm not going to kill myself now."
That's a good point, but you've got to. No, you're right there, and that I must admit that that's probably one of the most intelligent things you've ever said, which isn't easy to judge, considering you never say anything intelligent. But you're right. So in other words, what you've got to ask is what's your motivations behind it. If a person you're doing it to be light-hearted and to be funny, and you don't mean anybody any harm, and you want to, just spread a bit of fucking laughter, brilliant. You can't fault it. If the person, I would suggest, if you're doing that,
You'd have to be a pretty bastard. I mean, it really depends on the context on what you say, though, doesn't it?
but that's what I'm trying to say. If you did it with the intentions because you hate a person or you want them to suffer, then you shouldn't do it. And I think that's the reason why the lawn thing goes on. Of course, you try fucking sleeping with a kid, for fuck's sake. There's no chance of him getting any sympathy for people. But what I suppose my point is, do any of us have the right to dictate someone's life?
Well, what you just said, it brings back the time-honoured question, though, isn't it? It's like, does what he did warrant other people? Does it give license to other people to attack him and make his life miserable?
I don't think it does, unless he's a danger. If he's still a danger, then anything that anybody can do to protect innocent people is fair game, even if it means like wiping him out, because the innocent should be protected. But if that guy's got a chance of becoming a better person, and then it's wrong, isn't it? Do you understand what I'm getting at?
Just to say a bit of an odd question, do you think it morally, like, if you took such a stance, like you hated him so much for what he did, do you think morally it's better or worse to sort of deceive and manipulate him for years, or just to hire a hitman for $5,000?
I don't really understand.
Which
one's better?
Yeah.
You can't really answer that question, can you? Because
well, ethically, which one do you think would be fairer? Like, if he did just get, let's just talk
neither of them.
ethically.
They're both the same, aren't they? Because what you're doing is you're killing him fast one way and killing him slower the other. So you can't.
I wouldn't say
there's
the
no answer.
trolling
There's
could-
no answer to that.
The
question.
trolling can kill him.
Well, it could.
Well, it could drive him to, and that probably would be worse psychologically, but only if it went past a certain point. There was good intentions in some points of the trolling. It just got a bit tedious, but we've been starved of it for so long. I'd be very happy to listen to another call.
Yeah, I've always got my eye arse a lot. But I can't help it. It's just the way I am. I do a lot of self-inquiry. I always ask. You've always got to sort of. I think if you walk through life and don't question what you do, I think you've got a lot of problems there.
Yeah, you need to look inside yourself.
I do that often.
Squat over a mirror.
I just think that just because someone does something wrong, it doesn't stop them being a human being. You've got to, we're all made from the same fucking stuff at the end of the day.
Well, yeah, but some people are monsters.
But even that isn't necessarily true.
So some people would be better off
Um,
in solitary confinement.
Oh, of course, yeah, 100%. It's like I've always said. I'm just talking about like they do say like society is based on how they treat the criminals, and I think there's a lot of truth in that. You can't. Society makes people what they are, like monsters and shit, because the world's a ridiculous place. So you can't dismiss people as just he's bad, get rid of him. There's a reason. He's been manipulated by society. There's no inherently bad people. We're all good people deep down. It's just the decisions you make some bad decisions, and then you have a bit of a bad start in life. You get ill, you get angry. We're all the same. It's all a machine that's working in harmony. And luckily for everybody listening to this and us here as well, we will all reach total enlightenment at some point.
Oh.
So that's good news. We will all
sit on top of a washing machine and jack off.
Exactly.
And
in fact, I fancy doing that now.
You can't put the washing machine on. It's too late.
Ah.
I'm on economy 7.
We got very deep then, didn't we?
Well, yeah, that's what she said.
But yeah, that's just Dr. Richard R. Ape. Is that
No,
our friend?
That's our doctor. That's my proctologist.
Hello. It's our favourite troll ever, isn't it?
That's Dr. R. Ape has given me many an examination.
And you kept
loveless, I would like to add.
I'd like to point out the part that Dr. R. Ape made Adam stay up consistently for one whole night researching interviewing techniques.
That was
for a fake interview that never occurred. Just think of the FIFA points you could have racked up that night.
My FIFA is done. I completed FIFA.
No, he's not completed FIFA because he doesn't compete in tournaments and he can't beat those kids as much as he'd like to.
I'll beat all the kids.
Do you want to go and get us another beer? I got the last one.
Yes, I'll go and get them. Trying to entertain without talking. Without mentioning your achievements. Quotation marks.
Yeah. So yeah, it's all about pro clubs. You getting troll proofed. Dr. Dax R8. That's really Dax Terry. He's in the house. He duped Adam consistently for a number of nights and made him waste a lot of hours, and then was kind enough to tell us what had gone on.
It was one night.
It was several nights.
No, it was one night.
We were talking. We had details.
Shh. You don't need to shout inside voices.
Sorry.
Alright.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. It was one night, and Dax felt guilty because I was staying up all night, and yes,
I think
I was putting the work in. I was watching Paxman. I was watching all the great interviewers. Not Bashir, never Bashir.
Do you not like the way he demeaned Michael Jackson? Because that was demeaned.
That should have been Louis Theroux. If Louis Theroux had got that documentary, it would have been amazing.
If Louis Theroux had got that documentary, Michael Jackson has still been alive.
Do you know, I never watched the Bashir documentary, and I was watching it, and there's a bit where he climbs up the tree, and he's like, come up. And Bashir's like, no. And I was like, Louis would have been up that tree in a shot.
He's just great, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think I'd have a gay relationship with Louis Theroux now.
You have a man crush on Louis Theroux.
No, he's just like, I love my documentaries and getting insight on all these things, and he just does it perfectly because he hasn't got an ego. He just hasn't, and that's why he's so good at what he does, because there's no fucking ego. I need to do this. All he's interested in is getting people's opinions and the viewpoints, and there's no bullshit that comes out. It's all genuine, and that's what fucked up the Michael Jackson thing, because Uri Geller, the cunt, He fucking said to Michael Jackson, "Don't let Louis Theroux do it. Let
Yeah,
fucking
Bashir,
Bashir
yeah.
do it." And look what happened. He destroyed Michael Jackson's career. I mean, it was, you know, I'm a Jackson fan in case you haven't noticed, and I think he's the fucking greatest talent that's ever
Just
lived.
taken my beer.
Oh shit, sorry mate.
That's alright. Yours
But,
is
yeah.
on the chair. No,
Oh, it's down
Yeah.
here. I just didn't. It's kind of. You've had too many anyway. So
I've had not enough.
yeah. So yeah, I won't go into a mass Michael Jackson rant. Anyway.
Yeah, well, we did the Michael Jackson debate, didn't we? But we just ended up agreeing to disagree in the end.
Yeah, we didn't get down to physical blows, did we?
No, we weren't in the same room at the time.
That's true.
We can now set up a ring and fight over whether Jackson was a pedo or not. The thing is, I'm on the fence anyway, though. Like, I think he did some stuff.
I know 100% that never happened ever. I just know it. It doesn't bother me that people think he does because I get it, but they're wrong.
I just think it's just too weird. You can't sleep in a bed with a kid, not someone else's kid.
I disagree.
Oh, of course you would.
No, but look, we could go there. I just don't think, in his mind, that was such an innocent, beautiful thing. There's no sexual element to it. And it's the world that's twisted, because if you think about it, like, you know, two people sharing a bed, why would that be wrong?
I'm sorry, we're all red-blooded, and no.
No, I don't agree. I'm
don't.
sorry.
Well, no, I'm not saying like if you got in a bed with a kid, you'd. But I just don't. Why did he need other people's kids?
No, but he doesn't, because he didn't have his own. He liked
Well, he
spending.
did have his own.
No, at the time he didn't. He did actually. To be fair, but the reason he likes children is because children don't have an ego at that age, so they don't want anything from you. There's no money, there's no deception. All they want is your. It sounds corny, but all they want is your love and attention. And
yeah, and he was attracted to their innocence.
Yeah, but from not a sexual aspect.
But
how can you introduce sexuality to it though? Why does it have to be sexual?
Why were they sleeping in his bed then? If he wanted to spend time with
no,
kids.
but you're viewing the bed as a sexual thing. It's where people sleep. When you was a kid,
when
you was a kid, did you have sleepovers?
Yeah, all the time with
Right,
kids
so
my
before,
age.
right? But in his mind, he's still that age because he never grew up. He is Peter Pan.
Right, so why was he sleeping alone in rooms with kids then? Why? If it's all a lovely fun sleepover, why weren't their chaperones there in there?
Why did he need to be there?
Because if you don't have shit like that and you're
you're only saying that because of the way that the world views it. You do not understand how your views are being corrupted.
No, you're saying this is literally you're coming from a perspective of a super fan. You're refusing to see.
It.
You're saying like you refuse to see how dodgy that is.
No. You're dismissing the point that I've made. You're not getting it. You're viewing it from the world view that two people sharing a bed is wrong and inherently sexual, so something's going to go on. So why is the bed seen as a sexual?
Do you have kids around your house to sleep over?
No, but
I mean, in seriousness, not.
I know you're not being a dick, but I don't. There's no point me going into that because that will open up a can of worms. No, I didn't mean it like that. You fucker.
Jesus, right. Okay.
No, what I mean is, let me just clarify this for anybody that I've had relationships with women that have had children, and I've, been very close to those children.
And the kids have slept in the bed with you and their mum.
Well, I don't want to say.
You never, even in that relationship, let me make a guess here that I'm sure will be correct. In that relationship, even you were aware that it wouldn't have been right to sleep in a bed with that daughter, no matter the age, because you weren't the biological father and you came into that family when she was already, I am guessing, over the age of 7 or 8.
No.
Okay. How young was
she? I don't want to go into it because it's getting personal. But I know I'm not going to go into it.
You wouldn't have, unless you were incredibly comfortable and been in that relationship for a long time, you would not have slept alone in the bed with that.
No, you're right. But, let's just put, but why? Why would I not be comfortable?
Because
right, I
even the
wouldn't
person that you were closest to at that time
Yeah.
would find it suspicious.
Why would no? But why?
Because anyone would.
But why? No, you're not answering the questions.
Well, because it's this is the world we live in.
Right, but
Things
there
aren't
you go again.
innocent.
That's the world we're living in. You
Yeah.
see, but what you?
But I'm not
no,
saying
no,
you
Adam,
want to fuck it, but you wouldn't have done it because social
No.
protocols say it's
Social
not right.
protocols. You've just hit the nail on the head again. What?
So why was Michael Jackson? Why
Social protocols are
and
created by the world, and the world is
why
insane.
why are those social protocols in place?
Well, to protect the rest of the world from fuckwits, from twisted people.
And how
And the
do you know if
twisted
someone's
people-
not twisted or not?
You-
How do you ascertain whether they are or not?
Well, from evidence from what they've done in the past.
Okay.
You're not going to know 100% certain unless you can tap into someone's mind.
And how many children did Jacko have sleeping in his bed?
Quite a lot, probably. Do you not understand the point I'm getting at?
Yeah, I understand.
I don't think you do.
You're trying to say it's fine for him to sleep in bed with other people's kids.
From the very most basic perspective, there isn't anything wrong with it at all.
No, there isn't. If it's completely, but a grown adult.
You've just agreed with me.
Yeah, but that's if you're
You've just agreed with me, Adam.
a grown adult sleeping in children's beds that aren't their own children. It's odd. It's very
odd
odd.
because you're viewing it from a certain perspective, and it's probably not a good idea to do it. If he had have had decent guidance, he shouldn't have done what he did, and he certainly shouldn't have advertised it in the way that he did in the documentary. The point is, the world has a twisted view of these things because.
Do you think Michael Jackson was autistic?
No. Not at all.
Do you think he was intelligent?
Yes, but naive. Very intelligent, but naive.
You every time I make a point about the things that have happened, you find like the one word to defend Michael Jackson.
No, but I don't.
Like to make him this innocent, like.
No, but that's what I think he is. Can you not get your head around that? You're saying like, oh fucking hell, you're defending him, but have you considered the possibility that I do 100%? It's not even a belief. I know.
Why do you need that belief? Do you think you would enjoy his music less if he was a paedophile?
No, the reason is, I'm a fan, quite a big fan, so there is a bit of affection there with regard to his talent and the way his music's influenced my life, so maybe there is a bit of bias, but if I knew or even suspected that there was anything dodgy going on, none of that would bother me. The reason that I'm passionate about it is because I know.
How do you know?
It's about trusting your instinct, and it's about you have all the.
But what if your instinct says he was innocent, and my instinct says he wasn't? My instinct says there's no smoke without fire.
Right.
It's very odd. I don't. Surely. I can get like wanting to be around children and have fun, and he's built this play park that they can all come to. Fantastic. Why do they need to sleep over in his house? And if they do, if he wants to have pillow fights and make popcorn or whatever, fine. But have a few adults around and a whole bunch of children. Why is he taking one kid at a time into his bed?
No, but you've just contradicted yourself there. Why is he taking one kid at a time? When has that ever been proven that ever happened? When you've no idea. No, you've no idea. What you've done there, you've created a narrative from bullshit information that you've got and said he takes one kid at a time to bed.
How many kids did he have in his bed with him?
No, but that's the
How
thing.
many kids did he have?
I don't fucking know.
5?
I don't know.
More? Less?
I don't know.
But so he had 5 kids in his bed with him.
No, but why were you just making that assumption?
Just more tiny little asses to fuck.
You fucking twat.
Sorry. I don't. We're never going to agree on the Jackson thing.
No, it's not even a belief. I know that nothing like that went on. I just do. And if you want to look at,
were you there? Were you there?
Right, let's just. Yes, I was. Let's just. Oh,
You-
was
yeah,
I?
you-
There?
you-
Fucking
you
what
were
a
one of
great
the
night
chil-
that was.
Yeah, you were one
No,
of the
but
children.
let's look
Him
at
and
it-
his
no,
Greek
hear me-
singer,
Hear me out.
Greek teacher.
If we're looking at it, let's say, how do I know? Let's just say we're looking at it from an evidential point of view. He's never been convicted of a crime. They raided Neverland. They fucking stripped it bare and they couldn't find any evidence. There's no evidence other than unreliable people who got money that said something happened. Every one of them people has profited from it ridiculously. Even the woman that lost the court case, she sold the book for millions. Jordan Chandler got 13 million in his family. There's no evidence whatsoever to say he's done anything ever. They raided Neverland, they took every computer, they did everything, and they couldn't find shit. Nothing. So from that perspective, you're up against it because he hasn't done anything.
Well, Lorne didn't have any child porn on his computer,
And
and he wanted to fuck a child.
he did. And we've got the evidence to say he did.
Yeah.
The evidence is there. Where's the other evidence? There isn't any.
Wait. What? Now who are we talking about?
We were talking about Jackson, but of
yeah,
course we had
to make the Lorne parallel.
Yeah, well, we have 407 pages of.
Good night, Polly. 400. Yeah. I don't think. I'll never. You know, I can only speculate on Jackson, but for me, it was all a bit dodgy.
No, I mean, but I know you're wrong though. I just know it.
But you want that's because it's what you want.
No, it isn't.
Yeah,
You're
it's
not-
because you love Michael Jackson, and I get it. He was one of the greatest musicians that ever lived.
But
Do you still listen to Do you want to be in my gang, with the
I-
same vigor?
I used to listen to the Lost Prophets, but I had to delete every one of their records off my iTunes. I
Yeah.
just had to because I couldn't listen to, even though I think some of his songs are really good and he's got a good voice. They're not one of my favourite bands, but you know I think they're all right. I can't listen to it anymore. I just can't because
Exactly.
I know.
And I think,
No. Shut the fuck up a minute. We know 100%. That happened. There's no doubt. But with Jackson, there's not even a little.
with Jackson, there's
no
a
evidence,
large
there's
shred
nothing.
there's a large shred of doubt which you're
There
going to
isn't.
cling on to so that you can enjoy his music. And I get it. I'm not
No,
going to stop
but
enjoying
you're
his music.
saying you're dismissing my point of view. You're saying I'm only saying this because I enjoy his music. But it's a bit like wrong of you to say that because that's not the reason. I've got enough self-awareness.
But
to
you're
know.
almost offended
No.
that I even think Jackson could be a pedo from that statement.
Well,
It shows how much you.
No, but the only reason being is because I respect your opinion because you're my friend. If you were someone that like some twat on the internet, it wouldn't bother me. But it bothers me because I know that you're an intelligent guy.
But the trouble is because he's dead, and because there's always going to be that cloud of doubt. We're never gonna. It will be the eternal debate. We're never going to be able to come to a conclusion on this one.
No, but I don't understand how you can't. There's no evidence, right? So you're just making all these bizarre assumptions from nothing.
He was an odd
There's-
guy.
what-
He was a very weird
Right,
guy.
there's a load of fucking weird guys. I consider myself a weird guy. I don't prey on children. And you're even more weird than me, and you don't prey on children.
Well, no, but Michael Jackson spent a lot of time with children. You know, I
And
don't
so
know.
does a fucking nursery nurse. So does
He
a school
wasn't a
teacher. So does
nursery
Mr.
nurse.
Tumble.
Right, most pop stars get a bunch of hot whores delivered to their hotel room.
Really? Fucking hell,
Jackson's getting a bunch of kids.
No, but that's another assumption you made. So you're thinking of him in this hotel room getting a load of fucking kids delivered. You've just made that assumption. That's
It's
bollocks.
a pretty funny image, though, isn't it? Come on, kids! Shamon!
You mean like the Jimmy Savile of like the fucking motorhome scene? Yeah, I like it.
Single file, children!
That's quite a good voice, that. That's a good Jackson voice. I love that. In fact, would you mind screaming that out tonight? Oh, brilliant. You see, this is the thing though, right? It doesn't bother me that you think that. Well, it does, but it doesn't. It's not. I'm not gonna fall out with you over it. It just, I just, I just think that you're. It pisses me off that you're so misguided. I think that's the thing that gets.
But
to me.
all right, let's put it to a poll in the chat. There's still a few people here.
Listen, if anybody disagrees with me, you're getting blocked.
Let's see who thinks that, you know. I'm not saying Jackson's an outright pedo, but that there was something a bit suspicious going on, or like Andy, who thinks he was completely
no, I don't
innocent.
think he was completely innocent. I know it. Andy, do you even know life? Well, I take it Chris doesn't agree with me then. Pedo. Yes, but he was a great wrestler. I disagree with Andrew. Right, fair enough. Bloody hell. Well, it looks like I'm definitely not in the fucking... Right, fair enough.
But it's because
but
what I would like to also poll as well, these people, are you huge Jackson fans? Because the thing is, for me, I liked some of Michael Jackson's songs. I was never a huge fan. I absolutely loved the Jackson 5. But Jackson himself, especially, like, everything from Earth Song onwards was fucking awful.
Compared to his early stuff, yeah, it weren't. He lost his mojo.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. But, you know, we don't need to put his...
But for me, the Jackson 5 was the pinnacle of his career, and that was, you know, before he started doing stuff.
No, Thriller and Off the Wall were just masterpieces. There's no... Yeah, murder. No, I think, to be honest, from the chat, it seems most people agree with you. Well, no, I mean, suppose no one's really...
No, again, I think we're all a bit on the fence with Jacko, but I think we could agree that, you know, there was something a bit odd about him, for sure.
Yeah, but odd doesn't mean fucking...
If Louis Theroux had done that documentary...
No, but, sorry, I can't let this one go, right? You said there's something odd about him, but what you're doing is you're saying there's something odd about him, but you want to leap to the possibility that he could commit...
Well, I wouldn't be saying there was something odd about him if it hadn't become known he was sleeping with children.
But even in saying that, as in sleeping with children, it
it's
conjures up an image, doesn't it, that doesn't really need to be there.
And how do you avoid that image?
No, he was stupid. It killed him before his time. And there's no doubt about that he really made some bad decisions, but the only reason he made those bad decisions is because he trusted the people around him, and people fucked him over because they wanted his money.
I mean, he had a terrible upbringing. His dad was horrible to him, wasn't he?
But there's a bit of a paradox there, because if his dad hadn't have done what he did, he wouldn't have been the success he was, and we wouldn't even be talking about him. So that's the thing. It's like this question of right and wrong. There isn't really a right and wrong when you look at it from the highest perspective. But
here's a bit of Simpsons trivia. You might know it because
I'm pretty sure I will do.
Do you know on the episode with Leon of The Simpsons that Michael Jackson voiced?
Yes.
He didn't sing any of the songs on it.
Yeah, no, they got somebody else to do it because it was cost too much.
No, apparently this just came out like last week. One of the creators of The Simpsons, I think, David Simon's dead, isn't he?
I don't know.
One of the creators, anyway, they interviewed him, and when they asked Michael Jackson why he brought in a like mock vocalist to sing for him, he just said, "It's a joke on my brothers," and that was it.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Well,
and so what? I mean, I don't even know where to begin if you're taking that as a serious comment. So we've got something someone heard 30 years ago.
You're telling me you're telling me something that someone has written, and I'm sorry to hear
that. What's that off? No. I'm sorry to hear that. Go on.
Jean-Pierre Weary.
Oh, of course, yeah. Fucking hell.
Jesus, and he's meant to be the king of predators.
The king of predators. You got that right. Oh, fucking hell. Let's have a bit of fun anyway with Lorne's greatest hits. What's your favourite lawn moment
Oh,
ever
no,
out
actually,
of everything?
there's some because some things slip my mind, and in fact, I like to go for the more left field things.
Oh,
I'm
fuck off.
Well, yeah, because I know what you're gonna say already. But my favourite lawn moments is just like when he speaks complete. Oh, do you know my favourite? My favourite at the moment, lawn moment at least,
Wow.
is when he goes, when he refers to the doctor, and he goes, "That so-called cocksucker."
Oh.
And it's like he doesn't even understand what he's saying. It's brilliant. It's like you're saying the doctor wants to be a cocksucker, but can't do it. The doctor's been going around telling people he sucks cocks, but do you know what? He doesn't.
You know what's funny? You kind of know what he meant. He's kind of say as if he's got a reputation of being a cocksucker, so he goes, "That's so-called cocksucker," but it doesn't make any sense because no one else hates him. He's just Lorne.
Right, now what's your favourite bit? And I'm sure I know.
No, it's not the
Oh,
that's a close number 2, but I think my favourite is as obvious as it is. I never even meant to do it. When that fucking guy just drills down and he gets him in a hole where he can't not admit what he's done, and he just goes, "I never even meant to do it." But what's so good is he did it in like a crying voice, as if he was like so pathetic. Just like give up and went. He's like a child, isn't he? Like, I never even meant to do it, and it doesn't make any sense though. I never meant to do it. Well, you fucking did.
oh, but some of his like weird turns of phrase are so bad they're brilliant. It's like a two-side review. Chris has just said in the chat. Do you want the present that I gave you? It's like, Lord, do you not understand tenses? Do you want the present I have for you? Would you like the present that I have for you?
So now
Do
Adam's
you want
giving Lorne English lessons.
But what?
He's choking on his own rage here.
No, sorry, I had a little burp. I do apologise. It's like, do you want the present that I gave you? It's like, we haven't given it to her, have you? That's yet to happen. Ah, it makes me so angry.
Do you know what? Like, I don't quite get that no one talks about it much. Is how he turned up like a bit of a tramp.
Oh, they all
Like,
turn up like tramps. That's the pedo philosophy. They're like, oh, she's 13, so I won't bother putting on any decent clothes.
I always do.
Yeah, I know. 13-year-olds love a tuxedo.
Tuxedo. Let's go and throw a ball around.
I'm just on the way to audition to be the next James Bond. Would you like a lollipop?
Just on my way to the
Shaken,
beach.
not stirred, like my semen. Sorry. Things had to get a bit wrong. Oh, Terry thought you would say, I'm not a sex offender.
There's so many great moments, but I love that word, that phrase, I never even meant to do it. It's got no meaning. That's what makes it so funny. It's like, I never meant to do it, but you did do it. So what does that mean? You didn't mean to. It's a little bit like the kid who spills the milk and didn't mean to because his arm slips. I never meant to do it.
I didn't mean to speak to that. I'm sorry, officer. I didn't mean to speak to that 13-year-old girl for 30 days and write 407 pages of chat log. Oh, shit.
My vocal cords slip for them exact moments every day, every time to speak to that girl.
But then we do know that Lorne is big on experimenting. Maybe, that he should have fell back on that. I was just trying to help her experiment, officer. As you can see, I'm a scientist. This is my rocket escape car. Oh, well.
Good old Lorne. Well, we should ask people in the chat what their favourite part is.
Well, yeah, what's your favourite Lorne quotes? And we'll read them out. One time only special offer.
I'm not a scientist, but I know if their face is the so-called cocksucker. Did he say that?
No, Chris is making a joke out of the things we've just been saying.
Oh. Therapist. Trust me, I'm a scientist.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I do. I just go up to girls and I go like, I need to do an experiment. Could you put your finger inside yourself?
See how many times that'll work. Do you want to see it? Oh, but that's just like, he says that quite often, doesn't he?
Yeah. Do you want to see it?
That's Sir Edward.
Yeah. I haven't done Sir Edward being a pervert for a long time. It's been a while. I need to find some fun fan fictions to read out as Sir Edward. And should read out some probably some good Chris Chan chat logs when he's been being trolled.
Neon's just said, I am called. He did actually
He
shout
did
that, didn't he?
Yeah.
I wonder, like, I know Ember was winding him up, but, like, did he actually mean it? I got the impression from listening to it that he actually meant it.
Yeah, no, he really thinks or thought the Church of God. He didn't. The sense of irony was completely lost on him. I don't know what
No,
he
you're
thought.
right. You're right.
I don't know what he thought the Church of God was. Like, if he had any kind of self-awareness, this is an exact example of ego overcoming intelligence, because you know you're only famous for trying to fuck a 13-year-old girl, yet you really think these people are worshipping you and looking up to you. He didn't get the irony with the Church of God. If he did, he wouldn't have engaged with anyone from it. He's an absolute idiot.
Well, that shows a complete sort of amusing, disturbing lack of self-awareness. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's kind of funny, really.
Well, I think he is on. He must be on the spectrum of some kind. Like, I don't think it's even like the autism spectrum. Like something that people are more.
I'm reading the comments that people put, and I'm still listening.
More or less intelligent. So Edward's hostile takeover, yes. I don't remember that. I think that might have been a night I just sung a load of Broadway songs.
Christ, let's fucking hope not.
Oh, it's good. It went down really well.
Yeah,
My singing sessions get loads of people in. They do.
It's like the irony thing, you know, when you say you can't understand why Lorne thinks is popular.
Yeah.
That's the same reason that you can't understand why people are interested in you singing.
But they're like, he sings so bad it's good, but he puts his heart and soul into it, just like Mr. Hammersley said.
No, you still can't sing. And you had the audacity to call my singing?
Well, when you go, moving, moving.
I don't remember singing like that.
It's how you go, I must admit, I really like this song.
Hang on a minute, since when have I been from Norfolk?
I can't do a northern accent. Hang on a minute, when have I been from Norfolk?
So I'm a Cockney now. What the fuck? Carry on, carry on.
Got any of them jelly deals?
Right, okay, so now Margate, right, carry on.
Margate.
Just give it up.
I'm trying to think how people from Manchester. I'm from Manchester. No,
I'm not from Birmingham.
Before fucked up, isn't it?
Fucking brilliant. We've had everything. We're going to have the fucking French next.
I'm from Manchester.
What
What's that?
Fuck. Oh
It's a bit Welsh. I'm from Manchester. Up the valleys.
So we've had every kind of northern, or not even northern, any kind of regional dialect that isn't from where I live.
That isn't from where I... It's just got Cockney.
What?
That isn't from where I live. Cockney American. That isn't from where I live. No. I can't do Andy's accent. But yeah, you went like this. So you went, must admit, moving.
That's not.
That's how it sounded to everyone else.
Moving, just keep moving.
That's it, yeah.
When I turn around.
Why do people up north talk from out their nostrils?
Because they're full of wankers, that's why.
Oh, do you know, I learned a lovely northern term.
Moving.
Blue cock.
What?
You never heard the term blue cock? We talked about this on our Twitch stream the other day. Blue cock, a tight-fisted wanker.
Doesn't that like summarise every English person?
Well, yeah, but it's good to call people blue cocks. Next time you go out and your mate doesn't buy a round, you can go, you fucking blue cock.
And they'll just hit me.
Will they? What kind of people do you hang around with?
Oh well.
Michael Jackson fans.
Well, yeah, we're all of a similar breed. His breed. Or white, or black. Who knows?
Or in between. The melting pot. No one can see the camera.
Oh! This is something I want to ask you about, actually. Because I heard a bit of, like, someone mentioned an artist that I really like, and you called him a wanker.
Who?
Sting.
Oh, Sting's a twat.
What? What?
Did I call him a wanker?
Yeah, someone asked you to sing Fields of Gold. I think it was Fields of Gold. And you said...
Sting's a wanker.
Yeah, like, fuck that. I can't do anything. I'm not having anything to do with that twat. I was like...
Did I get angry?
No, you didn't get as angry as you could get.
What?
But you didn't...
What? You haven't ever seen me really.
Oh, well, when he loses at
When
FIFA,
I'm really
we'll see tomorrow when I kick your ass on
I
Pro
ain't with
Evo.
FIFA.
When I kick your ass on Pro Evo, it's like, well, it's not my game. I don't play it.
We'll see. I'll pick it up like
fuck you.
nothing.
You've
I'll
not
pick
got
it
a
up like
fucking
nothing.
chance, man.
Anyway, let's not get into
Yeah.
football
Kiss me
talk.
fucking ass.
Right.
What were we talking about?
It's Sting.
Oh, that's right. Why did you have such a dislike
I
to
was
him?
probably just drunk.
No, there was genuine. You even just fucking said he was a
Well,
twat.
he's a bit of a knob, isn't
Why?
he?
What's he done?
He's just running around going like, oh, I'm Sting.
Well, I'm sold, guys. I'll tell you what, guys, I'm sold. You know, I'm gonna fucking get rid of all my fucking album, burn
Throw
them.
him out, yeah.
You know, he just comes across as a bit.
Burn
of a
an
cunt.
effigy of Sting.
What?
Burn an effigy of Sting. An effigy.
Right?
Do you know what that means?
No.
Right, it means like make a little man out of materials that looks like Sting and then burn him.
No.
Can't be in my gang.
I don't want to be
Well,
Gary
you're lost.
Glitter.
You're lost.
I don't want to
If
be
you-
in
if
your
you-
gang.
if you-
Your gang. I
If you
don't
want
want
to be in
your
my
gang.
gang, my
Fuck
gang,
you.
my gang. If you want to be in my gang, you've got to burn an effigy of Sting.
Not happening.
Well then, can't
I'm
be in
quite happy.
it. If you joined my gang, you'd get a 10% discount at Wix.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm all fucking. To be fair, I'm missing out on here. But you've still not answered the question.
What question?
Why do you fucking hate him?
Because he's all like, oh, look at me.
What?
Yeah,
When has he ever done that?
all the time.
What? Give an example. Oh, look at me. What?
Yeah, like,
you
oh,
do that and you fucking
look,
scam bait into.
oh,
Oh, look
I'm
at
an
me.
alien.
I wreck everything. I
Yeah,
wreck
but-
I wreck scammers.
Listen,
I have
listen.
16,000 subscribers. Look
Yeah,
at
oh,
me.
yeah, but but that's because I've earned that. And
No,
that's my right.
You've earned that for humiliating poor people.
Shut up, that's my right. But Stings will go, oh, look at me. Oh, I'm an alien in New York. Oh, I'm just in New York. Boo hoo hoo, I feel so bad. And just because I'm an Englishman and I'm living in New York. I'm an alien, I'm an alien. Fuck, look at me. Oh, boo hoo hoo. And then he's going, oh, Fields of Gold. Yeah, he's got enough gold, hasn't he? Fucking cunt.
I think we've gathered from this, guys, Adam doesn't like successful musicians. Sting, Michael Jackson, anybody else you want to have a go at?
He did. Oh yeah.
Who?
No,
Let's
Sting.
think
more
about
Sting,
somebody
like,
else who's got a
then
good
he's
voice.
like, oh, well,
Moose T!
I'm gonna stick a message in a fucking bottle. Like he couldn't afford to send it by DHL. Cunt.
Right. Okay. Should we not, like, do
Talk about
Sting's
Sting.
greatest hits?
Fuck him.
Right, so guys, we've come to the conclusion there's no reason why Adam dislikes Sting. He's just a twat. And that's Adam, not Sting.
Chris wants me to do my impression of his. Guys, you can check out Chris's channel and he'll make some reviews like, I'm Clifford 250. I'm looking and that's what you can expect.
Did you get the Moose T reference, Mark? It was, yeah. Moose T.
Right.
So we've still not really got to the bottom of your hatred towards Sting, have we? Do you not think he's got a brilliant
His
voice?
songs, no, not really. He's another.
Right. There's no need to go. You don't like him, I do. Let's leave it there, you fucking twat.
It's no, he's not. Yeah, but then you don't like Motown and soul, do you?
I like the Jackson 5, obviously.
Well, yeah, well that's Motown.
Right. So obviously I do.
Do you like Marvin Gaye?
Yeah.
All right, good. Do you like Stevie Wonder?
Yes.
You told me you hated blind people.
No, that's you said on the way back from the station you wanted to kill all blind people.
I said I was going to kill all people, then listed off everyone in the world.
Exactly. So you said you wanted to kill blind people.
Right. But anyway, yeah. Rolf Harris.
What about him?
You like him?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he'll tie you kangaroo down the spot. No, I don't. I'm just not. It's. Do you know what else I hate? Mick Hucknall.
I'm
Fucking hate Mick Hucknall.
not a fan of.
Simply Red, cunt.
Yeah.
Fucking what? Oh, look, I got ginger hair, so I'm gonna call my band Simply Red.
You silly bastard. Do you not realise why he called himself that?
No.
Or his group? Because he's a United fan. Simply Red. It's
Oh,
not
that's
the colour of
even
his hair, you
worse.
twat.
What a
So
shallow
hang on a
wanker.
minute. So you're having a go at someone for a total illusion.
Well,
I'm not a fan of the guy.
No, but that makes
so,
it even worse.
so hang on a minute. You was having a go at the guy because of his hair colour, which he can't help, and now you know he's a Man United fan, which we should give special,
Hatred.
Yeah, well, that and
To-
sympathy for. You hate him even more.
Sympathy. No, Arsenal fans get sympathy because we should be winning and we never do. Man
Yeah, but
United
that's your own
just can't.
fucking fault, innit?
Well, yes, but let's not get into football.
You
chat
brought
now.
it up, Dick.
Let's talk. No, but Mick Hucknall is a cunt.
He is a twat. I don't like him.
Yeah, exactly. And him and Sting.
Nothing wrong with
Him
Sting.
and Sting
Listen.
shower together.
Maybe, but there's still nothing wrong with Sting. If he wants to fucking save the rainforest, I say fucking let him.
Well, that's fine, but just don't sing any more songs, cunt.
Do you not think he's got a great voice?
Mick Hucknall.
No, Sting. Bernard Sumner. No, it's not Bernard
No,
Sumner.
is he
it?
ever? I've never really heard a
That's
huge
fucking-
range from Sting, to be honest. It's all a bit monotone, isn't it?
No, but he's got a very distinctive voice. Do you like Stereophonics?
New York.
Do you like the Stereophonics?
I used to like some of the Stereophonics.
Do you know? But Kelly Jones has got a very distinctive voice. No matter if you don't like the song, as soon as you hear it, that's Kelly Jones. And it's the same with Sting. He's got a very distinctive, pleasant, beautiful voice. And you've got to agree, right? Every Breath You Take is one of the greatest songs ever written. Always will be.
That's
It's
an
up
alright
there
song.
with Billie Jean and fucking Imagine. It's up there.
No, but Sting is one of those artists that's had too much fame off like one decent song.
Oh, fuck off. You're telling me he's only done one decent song? He's done fucking shitloads,
No,
man.
they're all shit.
They're not. Oh, fuck off. Every little thing she does is magic.
Hmm?
SOS.
SOS was ABBA.
Send it. Oh, yeah. Message in a bottle of me.
Send in the clowns. That's
Message in a
Barbra
bottle, you
Streisand.
fucking grey twat. Shut up. He's pushed me to the limits, this guy.
No, I like good music.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
I like good music.
See, Marcus said Sting is a horrible person in real life.
Well, I've never met the guy, but mainly commenting on his music, to be honest. I just really like his fucking stuff.
Yeah, but you listen to all sort of the same generic English singing with some guitars.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with having your own, you know.
Taste, yeah.
Niche.
I mean, there was some good indie songs back in like 1994, but I don't know. It's time to move with the times.
Nah,
Yeah.
I'll still carry on watching and listening to the same old stuff I had years ago.
Well, yeah, exactly.
That's my
Pretending Jacko's not up here though.
exactly.
That's your prerogative. I've been listening to some steampunk.
What?
Steampunk.
What the fuck, steampunk?
Oh, I want to play a song now. Can I play a song for you? It doesn't matter 'cause we can't monetize this. But I don't know if you'll like this. I think it's beautiful. But I think it's a really, really nice song. Let me play a quick song and see what Andy. We'll see what Andy makes of it. I think you'll hate it. Right, guys. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of you. I've played this in my Twitch stream recently, so you guys will have heard this song recently. So I apologize if you heard it too much, but I think it's very, very nice.
Set me free, my
halfway through, just over. What did you think of that, Andy?
It was pleasant.
See, it's nice.
Can I put a song on?
You can choose a song. Will it be one that we all know, or will you enlighten us?
No, it won't be one you all know.
Okay.
Noel Gallagher. high flying birds. You can just
Top one.
beautiful world.
It's a beautiful world.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, should it be high flying birds or beautiful world in here?
No Gallagher's high flying birds.
Yeah. There's no other one I can see in the top ones. It's a beautiful official video, maybe this.
Yeah, that's the one.
associate it with a good time, but yeah, it wasn't really doing it for me.
All right. Well, no, it doesn't. doesn't.
That kind of echo sound voice effect that he's using, like Black Grape used it all the time, but their choruses went mental.
But like, Noel Gallagher's a genius songwriter. That's a magnificent song.
Yeah, I think Oasis's heyday's been and gone though.
No,
hasn't it?
as a group, of course it has. They don't even exist anymore.
Well,
Of course, no, but that kind of music for me, that's just me. It doesn't bother. It wouldn't bother me if every single other person on the planet said that's the worst thing I've ever heard. It just means something to me, and it's just a great tune. I just love it. It doesn't really. It'd be nice if everybody danced around me and go, "This is a great." No, but to be honest, I kind of like liking songs that nobody else likes. It's kind of nice that.
oh
you know,
yeah.
Because it's like, I'm sick of hearing Wonderwall. And when I went to fucking Thailand, everybody had it on. And it's like, oh, fucking sick of it.
The sort of stuff that I listen to that no one else listens to, though, you would hate.
Probably. There's no
Yeah.
doubt about that.
Yeah. I like to listen to
Shite.
non-gangster melodical rap music, if that's a genre. Right. Well, we've had a large discussion about
Everything.
many things. Yes.
Yeah, we've not even gotten to the World Cup, but maybe that's for another night.
Well, we can have a quick chat about England at least, not the World Cup, but our chances.
Nil.
Well, how far do you think we have the possibility to go?
We'll get to them. I think we might get to the quarters. I think that'll be it. But Germany lost the first
The
game.
quarters would be good. The quarters would be progress. I'd
Yeah, it'd
happy
be an
if we went to
achievement.
The quarters.
Yeah, I think we're.
But
Well,
does that not show just how downhearted we are as fans that I would be happy if England got to the quarter?
of course it does. We're rebuilding a broken empire. There's no. Well, it's probably never an empire, but yeah, there's no fucking. Yeah, we're fucked. But the tester will come tomorrow. We're watching the Tunisia game. We'll have a good fun watching it in
Yeah.
St Patrick's, won't we? So we'll see what happens. But it'll be fun. I'm not going to cry like a girl if we lose, but it'll be
I
nice.
think if we put up a good show against Tunisia, a good opening game, the one I think it's going to be a benefit that we've had so much longer than all the other teams to prepare, being in the last group to play.
Yeah.
I think that's going to help. The team's going to be there. They're going to be watching all the games that have happened and seeing mistakes teams like Argentina have made. Just being to, hopefully, we're going to go out there and put on a show. We could, and I might be being a bit over optimistic here, but we could be, the underdogs that everyone wants to win it. I don't know. That's the difficulty with a team like England. Could we ever be considered underdogs because we are one of the few countries in the world that has won the World Cup?
Yeah, but it's a different time now, isn't it? You know what I mean? And our team's not very good, so.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, we should save the football talk for the podcast. I think my beer's going to be done and we're out of beer.
We are out of beer, yeah. Should we wrap it up?
Yeah, I think we should wrap it up. Heisenberg White's just joining us, just as we're.
Oh, sorry, dude.
Yeah, we are in the same place at the moment, Carol. Andy is on his bucket list of things to do before he dies of AIDS.
Shit, is that what the doctor said?
Yeah. So he's come to Spain. I might. It all depends because we're going to be watching all the football tomorrow. But maybe after the football games, I might be on Twitch tomorrow evening. Mark, yeah, guys, if you don't have a Twitch account, make one and follow me.
Nah, shit.
No, it's amazing. I mean, well, it's not as entertaining as my podcast and just me in general being forced to talk about things. Not anytime soon. If I win the lottery, I'll come to the States. I'll go and visit all Andy's fans.
Yeah, they're everywhere. Everybody loves me. Let's be honest.
Yeah. All right, guys. So yeah, I think we're gonna say goodnight for this evening. But there should be one or two more of these, a few more of these over the next few days. So do stay tuned. Stay next to your wireless because the dial code is 6969.
Yeah, you've totally lost it.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.